Hello, it is I, Dr. Cinema. I analyze and diagnose movies and explain them to you. Comedy is one of the most difficult things that a film critic has to critique. There is a universal, general understanding of what makes a joke, how it should work, and what is generally considered quality jokes. But it's so individualized. It's a matter of opinion, and what will work for one person would not work for another person. So it's truly a difficult thing to analyze and critique. And this is where the work of Seth MacFarlane comes in. I know you like Family Guy, Quachi. Just shut up. Sorry about that. Now, you may not have heard of Seth MacFarlane, but you should probably know his most famous work, the animated TV show Family Guy. It started in the early 2000s. It got canceled, but it came back, and it's definitely a fairly popular show. And of course, it has its problems. People say that it was only good in the first few seasons, and now it's bad now. There are some people that have always liked Family Guy, no matter what, and there are just some people that just don't like Family Guy in general. There was even a controversial joke where in one of the episodes, Chris dates a girl with Down syndrome, and she was apparently in that show the child of a governor of Alaska. And Sarah Palin and people were upset about it, but they never really analyzed the joke to see if it was funny to begin with, or even if it was trying to make any point at all, or what it even was about. So, but needless to say, the Family Guy, it's fairly popular. It's a decent show. I watch it. There are some episodes I like, some episodes I don't like. But we're not here to talk about Family Guy. We're here to talk about one of his movies, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Now, A Million Ways to Die in the West, it's a comedy film. It's placed during the Wild West times, of course, where Seth MacFarlane plays the main character, and he goes up against the typical Western bad guy played by Liam Neeson. Now, on Rotten Tomatoes, this movie has a 33%. That's lower than Ted, another Seth MacFarlane movie, with 67%, and Ted 2 with 46%. Now, of course, you should not base all your opinions on movies just based on Rotten Tomatoes alone. I know how it works. Super Troopers have 35%, and Batman v Superman has 28%. And of course, on this website, there are fans that are going to rate a movie usually higher than what critics do, but still, 33%, and and that's technically higher than Batman v Superman on Rotten Tomatoes. So, is it really better than Batman v Superman, one of the biggest comic book movies of the modern era? Well, if we're going to determine whether it is or not, we have to look at the kinds of jokes that are made in this movie. Now, a lot of the jokes are, of course, Western based and deal with the main character, again played by Seth MacFarlane, who at the beginning pays off this one guy, and it gets into like this fight with Liam Neeson's character, where it deals with a girl that Seth MacFarlane sort of falls for, and the girl does well, but she's like with the Liam Neeson bad guy character, and the jokes, they're more or less the same kind of jokes that you would find on Seth MacFarlane's show Family Guy. So, and there are like several other celebrity cameo appearances, such as Ryan Reynolds for a short little bit. But does it really work? Like the movie, does it work with its jokes, with its stories? Does it work? Well, critics are mixed on this movie as well. There's some that say that this is good, some that say like it's alright, some saying like it's bad. There are poop jokes, sex jokes, excuse me, and there are some other jokes that actually deal with Wild West times, and you will get a laugh here and there. personally, I've watched this and it's not great. I mean, it's an average film. There was a laugh every now and then. There are a few parts that probably should not be there. A couple things were just like, really, you went with that joke? Stop defending Seth MacFarlane. I'm sorry, he's really riled about Seth MacFarlane. So again, comedy, it's a really hard thing to analyze and critique. But what's my personal Dr. Cinema diagnosis? It's an average film. Don't really expect too much from it. If you're a fan of Family Guy, especially the more modern, recent episodes, then you'll definitely like this movie. If you hate Family Guy, chances are you're probably gonna hate this movie. If you don't, if you're neutral or don't have any strong feelings about Family Guy, then you'll get a laugh or two. I think for the most part, you'll be all right after you watching it. Like you won't be like happy you saw it, but you won't be disappointed that you saw it either. I know that doesn't really give like a specific diagnosis, but with Seth MacFarlane specifically and comedy in general, it's difficult to figure out what works and what doesn't. Personally, I think for the most part it was fine. I I like checking it out, and if you want to satisfy your curiosity, if nothing else, then you should check it out as well. I want to give a shout out to my friend Kayla who suggested this on my Facebook page. So join her in what she's doing. Like my Facebook page, join my Facebook group, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. This is Dr. Cinema.